To Guyana, we move with West Indies holding the series lead. Can India draw level in the five-match T20Is? Wasim Jafar joins us on ESPN Cricket for T20 Timeout to set up the second game. Wasim, the big problem discussed after the first game, and I expect it will be discussed a lot in the months to come. India's balancing act, especially right now in T20 cricket. They went bowling heavy in the first game. That meant Kuldeep Yadav had to come at number 8, and you saw what happened there. How do India address it? And if they have to pick, would you rather they go batting heavy or bowling heavy?
I think whatever they do, they can't have Kuldeep Yadav coming in at number 8. They got to have somebody, an all-rounder, which is Akshar Patel, coming in at number 8 and probably get another batter to play top of the order and use Tilak Verma as a part-time spinner and get the job done. Because when you get into this kind of tricky chase, then you need somebody who can hold his bat at number 8. Otherwise, it becomes a very long tail. So this part, this area needs to be looked at by the management.
And it's almost perplexing because if you go with this combination, what it also does is it inhibits the freedom. You want your batters, all the talk around India's T20 batting has been about approach, about intent, about batting with freedom. But for a lot of batters in a lot of games, there could be the scenario where you think that, oh, okay, if you have someone like Kuldeep at 8, Arshdeep at 9, I can't really go all out here.
I think the batters don't need to think about that. That's all I can say. I mean, they need to go out there and play freely. If it comes down to that, so be it. It will end up India losing the game. But you don't need to play with that fear. Uh, they just need to go out there and play that fearless cricket. But this wicket was tough. The first game where India played, it was a tough pitch. You cannot go out there and score at 8-9 run rate. So you don't know what you're going to get in Guyana. Hopefully the wicket will be better. But the batters, I mean, if it's a good pitch, they don't need to worry who's batting at what. They just want to go out there and play freely and play attacking cricket and not worry about who's coming in at 8 or 9.
Okay, talking more specifically about this contest, let's assume West Indies retain the same bowling mix. And if it happens to be one of those surfaces which is not easy to score on, what route would you suggest for the Indian batters? How do they fare better as a unit?
I think the batters probably the mistake they did in the first T20 was losing the wickets regularly. If they had stitched 20 or 30 run partnership and taken the game deep and had wickets in hand, I think India would have chased down pretty easily. The kind of bowlers they had who are going to bowl in the death overs, the Indian batters would have fancied that. But India kept losing wickets, and then obviously with Akshar himself, the lone batter, and then all the tailenders, they couldn't do much. So those bowlers also look pretty good. So the Indian batters probably need to take the game a little bit more deep, and then even after that, even if it's 10 run and over, I think India would easily get it.
So would you like to name the change you'd want to see for the second game?
I think it's probably be Kuldeep or Chahal. One of them might go out, and one of the batters, Yashasvi Jaiswal, can come in. Ishan Kishan's form, which I've said before also that his form in T20 international is a little bit worrying. So he's the other guy. If they can get someone else coming in for him, I don't know. But Yashasvi Jaiswal definitely need to be looked in.